videotape her. Right now, you should go. Yeah, you should go. Because you just killed your boyfriend. Yeah, you did. Yeah, and yeah. Okay, cool.
On the 3rd of April at 4:33 in Miami, Florida, 26-year-old Courtney Clenney, an OnlyFans and Instagram model, was waiting for her partner to return home to their apartment with some food.
Second reason I'm having a great day is because I woke up to 1.6 million of you guys following me on social media, and that is freaking crazy. So I just wanted to make a video real quick and say thank you so much. I appreciate you guys so much. Yeah, so that's about it.
15 minutes later, at around 4:47, Courtney makes a 911 call. On the call, a male can be heard repeatedly saying he was dying, and Courtney can be heard saying that she was sorry. Let's get into the story of Christian Obumseli. Courtney and Christian are making videos which seem peaceful and calm, playing with their dogs, before Christian leaves their apartment at around 1:15 PM. Around 3 hours later, at around 4:33 PM, he returns home with some food for them both. At 4:43, Courtney calls her mother and speaks with her for 6 minutes. At 4:49, she makes a second call to her mother, which lasted 7 minutes. Her mother says she can hear the couple arguing in the background and heard Courtney telling Christian to leave their apartment. Not long after, neighbours in the building start to call the reception desk and the building manager to report a disturbance in the apartment. And at 4:57, Courtney calls 911 herself. The police arrive at the apartment, and inside they discover Christian is in excruciating pain with a stab wound to his chest. Paramedics take Christian to the hospital, but sadly he wouldn't make it. Courtney, who can be seen covered in blood in a video taken by TMZ, is arrested and questioned. She tells detectives that Christian has started to become aggressive. After choking her and pushing her against the wall, he threw her on the ground and allowed her to get up. She claims she threw a knife from around 10 feet away, as she felt it was the only way to defend herself. Detectives claim she provided inconsistent accounts of what happened that night.
Defendant Clenney admitted to having caused Christian's injury, also provided several inconsistent accounts about the incident itself. After an argument, Defendant Clenney claims and says that Christian shoved her against the wall by the neck, and although he did not actually choke her, then she says he threw her to the ground but allowed her to get up. And it was at that point that Defendant Clenney went to a kitchen area and got the knife.
Fearing Courtney was going to hurt herself due to the trauma, she was admitted to a psychiatric ward. After looking into the background of Courtney and Christian, detectives would discover this isn't the first time they had been called to their apartment because of arguments between the pair. Courtney was assessed, and after 48 hours she was free to leave the psychiatric ward. The police closed the case, deeming it to be nothing more than a domestic incident. They had come to the decision 24 hours after Christian passed away, and Courtney was free to go home without any charges. Christian's family couldn't settle with their decision, so they hired a lawyer to do some digging. It wouldn't take long before some very disturbing footage was found of the pair just months before Christian's death. CCTV showed a very agitated Courtney enter the elevator to their apartment, and shortly after Christian followed. As soon as they enter, she starts hitting him repeatedly. A neighbour also revealed a recording of the pair after he was disturbed by hearing them argue.
We just started hearing them arguing, and he started hitting real quick, and she was being a little aggressive, trying to jump in the water, because a lot of couples argue, a lot of couples do things and get into it, but not physical like that.
Other neighbours reported hearing loud arguing and altercations coming from the apartment, and would often report it to the building manager.
As an example, it was learned that the security and building staff at the Miami apartment documented many incidents of loud arguments between the couple after they moved into the building in January of 2022. This problem had in fact had the building management moving toward evicting the couple from the building because of these many noise complaints.
Friends of Courtney and Christian also reported that it was always Courtney hitting Christian, never the other way round. The pair had separated many times because of it, but somehow always ended up back together. But as soon as they rekindled, it wouldn't be long before arguments started again. It also emerged that Courtney was arrested in Las Vegas for battery for throwing a glass at Christian after an argument. It was a toxic and volatile relationship.
Like in my life, I don't like anybody to tell me what to do.
Yeah, so you only want him to tell you what to do in the bedroom. Other than that, you don't want him to tell you anything.
Right. That's exactly it, yes.
Yeah. So that sounds like you're a control freak with your relationships.
Christian was 27, a well-known entrepreneur and an internet personality from Dallas, Texas. After leaving high school, he enrolled himself at Texas Tech University and earned himself a bachelor's degree in communications and business management. He started dating Courtney and the pair moved into a luxury apartment in Miami, Florida. Born on April the 21st, 1996, Courtney Clenney is an American social media influencer from Midland, Texas. She gained an online following through online apps such as TikTok and Instagram. When she started gaining more attention, she used it to her advantage and started creating content for OnlyFans. After 4 months, the police decided to open the case back up, but Courtney was at a rehabilitation center in Hawaii. After her arrest, Miami State Attorney Catherine Fernandez-Rundle stated she was being charged with second-degree murder.
We are charging 26-year-old Courtney Taylor Clenney with 1 count of second-degree murder in Christian's death. The law requires her to be held in Hawaii with no bond, and my office would then seek an arrest warrant from the governor's office to bring her back.
Courtney Clenney appeared in Hawaii court, agreeing to be sent back to Florida to be tried for murdering Christian, then had her first hearing in court on the 7th of September after pleading not guilty. Courtney's Miami defense lawyer claims that his client was merely defending herself from Christian and has evidence to prove so. He also asked for evidence to be kept from the public as it isn't relevant to the case, but the judge denied his request.
Did a cell phone download of Ms. Clenney's phone, which is going to contain probably thousands of text messages. It's also going to contain content that she would use on her OnlyFans site, which has nothing to do with the events of August 3rd, 2022. I'm sorry, April 3rd, 2022, when Ms. Clenney had to defend herself.
Autopsy report stated there was no way throwing a knife from 10 feet could have entered Christian's body the way it did, as the wound was a result of a downward stabbing motion. The trial is set for December the 19th, 2022. There is a GoFundMe set up to help raise money for Christian's funeral and court costs amongst other things. I will put the link down below for anybody who wants to donate. Our thoughts are with Christian's family and friends who have been devastated by this tragedy. Rest in peace, Christian Obumseli. I've covered many stories now where DV has led to murder, and it has to stop. It isn't always physical, it can also be verbal too. It can be coercive control or gaslighting. It can be taking control of your finances or controlling where you go and who you see. Whether you're a male or female, nobody should have to live in fear of their own partner. If you're a victim of DV or know anybody that is, please speak up and get help. I've done some research and found some outlines that you can call for both men and women, which I will post in the description. If anyone watching this would like further information, my email is posted in the description if you want to reach out anytime. I hope by telling the victim stories, we are helping to spread awareness of signs to look out for. If you enjoy this type of content, please like, share and subscribe. And as always, take care.